This is an Industry Today webcast produced by Industrial Info Resources of Sugar Land, Texas.
This is Jack Warkenthien, your host for the Medical Industry Today show, providing leading edge, sometimes bleeding edge news and information impacting the medical community worldwide. The company being featured today is Reliance Medical Systems, headquartered in the Woodlands, Texas. America's community hospitals, surgical centers, and private practitioners know them as the company that provides a complete line of high-technology medical solutions to fit any need, environment, and budget. Our special guest today is Buck Fetchick, president of Reliance Medical Systems. Hey, Buck, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jack. Glad to be here.
Buck, we were talking before we start recording this, and you know a lot about the industry. You say there's a looming crisis around the corner because of the current economy and credit crunch and anesthesia systems that are coming to the end of life. Doesn't that statement alone generate a lot of fear?
Well, and it should, Jack. There are circumstances right now afoot that have created quite a bit of concern in hospitals and surgery centers around the country. Revenues are reduced to a point where they haven't been before, for a lot of different reasons, mostly because we're at 9.5% unemployment rate. People have lost their jobs. They've lost their health care. They're putting off spending on discretionary needs, if you would. Elective surgeries, for instance, they're not doing them as much. So the good news is we do have a solution that we think can help mitigate some of that pain that a lot of these facilities are going to have to endure.
Well, good. That's what I want to talk about then. What solutions could Reliance Medical possibly offer that these other companies don't? After all, you even mentioned that they're the current industry leaders, aren't they?
Yes, and with prices to match. You know, the bottom line is the bottom line. So we're talking about these facilities. You know, I want people to know we can save them 20 to 30% minimum. And in today's economy, that's huge. You know, and yes, they are definitely the two top sources for this equipment. But the fact is that just because they are the best known brand doesn't necessarily mean that they have the best solution, or even one at all for that matter.
Sure.
Since Reliance Medical represents many vendors, you know, we've been able to put together a practical, cost-effective solution using, for instance, the Penlon Prima anesthesia machine and other monitors. So customers have an option. We can provide them a multi-vendor solution bundled for maximum savings.
I'm sitting next to this beast. It's very soothing. It's very quiet. Tell me about the Penlon solution.
Sure, absolutely. And Penlon is manufactured in the United Kingdom. They've been in business for over 60 years, and they're very successful in Europe and Asia selling these systems. They have a full line of anesthesia products, with the Prima, and they introduced this machine in the United States about 4 years ago. And I don't know if it was strategic or if they saw this crisis coming, but it's done very well. So the nice thing is that it's a fully functional, complete machine. When a client asks us to evaluate it, we've never lost a clinical evaluation. You know, I talked earlier about a 20 to 30% savings. That's just on the box, if you will, just the anesthesia machine. Because we can couple it with various monitor products, or no monitors at all, we can make a difference in how that customer purchases their equipment. You know, vaporizers, you know, Penlon makes their own vaporizers, but we could use existing vaporizers. They don't have to buy new vaporizers. They can even use vaporizers that they get from the drug companies, but they can also use ours, and that would give them the ability to negotiate for better prices for the anesthesia agent. So you take that, you take the fact that we have low flow capabilities to reduce the cost of the anesthesia agents, we can save somebody a lot of money. You know, and when I talked about capital, Philips Medical Capital is one of our leading sources for financing for this product.
So if I buy one of these, they potentially can lend me the money.
Absolutely, and they're aggressively seeking opportunities to do that. They have plenty of money, plenty of cash. They're very strong financially, and they have extremely competitive rates. You know, to give you an example of some of the types of leasing, you know, FMV, the dollar buyouts, they'll do 3, 4, 5-year plans. We can do skip payments, you know, if you want to skip 3 months or 6 months. And, you know, one of the things that we do that nobody else does is we provide a 6-month money-back performance guarantee on this machine. 6 months. Nobody does that.
Here's what I hear you saying. I hear you saying that you're going to configure a machine for my specifications, And then when it comes time to pay for it, you're going to give me several different options based on my budget, whether I want to asset, whether I want to expense it. So you're being very flexible. You're not trying to put any old square peg in a round hole. So tell me specifically, Buck, what role does Reliance play?
Well, and to do that, let me tell you a little bit about it. First of all, we were founded in 1997, so we're not a new company at all. And we're a manufacturer's representative and distributor for many companies, such as Philips Healthcare,
sure,
Penlon, Amsorb, Fluke Biomedical. There's many of them. And we have a wide range of products that we sell in our portfolio, if you will. For instance, patient monitoring,
okay,
anesthesia. We have cardiac products for EKG and defibrillators, and of course all the supplies that go along with that. Ultrasound, biomed test. So we have a lot of different things, and what that does is it gives us the ability to analyze the customer's complete circumstances so that we can come up with a true, complete solution, because one size never fits all.
I love it. My pastor always used to say the same heat that melts the butter hardens the egg. So you're about flexible and you're about specific. I like that.
Absolutely. And because we can put all this together and we're not tied to just a brand,
right,
we can maximize the savings and really come up with a true solution.
I like it. I like the flexibility. So what would you say are the key points for our viewers to take away from this discussion as we wind down to the close?
Okay, well, that's a great question. I think one of the things that I want people to understand is that Reliance Medical wants to be their partner of choice to help them get through these difficult times. Okay. We've got a proven product here that the Penlon is just a very cost-effective, excellent alternative to the more expensive systems. We can maximize their savings because we are a solutions-oriented, right, not a brand-limited.
I like that.
And there's no risk. We're the only company, as I said, offering a 6-month money-back performance guarantee. Our competitors, as a solution, they present their brand. We present a solution that won't leave them gasping.
I love that for this reason. You've taken a lot of the risk out of my decision, number one, taken the risk out of choosing one of the biopoli, because you're giving me an unprecedented guarantee, yeah, on something that you configured specifically for me anyway, and I'm going to be able to use it for 6 months just to prove to myself I've made the right solution. So I like everything about that, Buck, and it does sound unique. So how does one get in touch with Reliance if they're interested?
Well, it's easy. We have a toll-free number, 888-698-8822, or they can always email us at info@reliancemedical.com.
I'd like to thank our guest on the Medical Industry Today show, Buck Fetchick, President of Reliance Medical Systems. Buck, continued success to you. Let's do it again soon.
I look forward to it.
This is your host, Jack Warkenthien, for Medical Industry Today, thanking you for your time and interest.